Right, dedication levels towards weight loss. So my experience, this is quite obvious, but a lot of people, the people who are dedicated get results, the people who don't get results. A lot of people don't really realise where they are within the dedication levels or what they can do to be able to improve it. So I've been helping people lose weight since 2014, nearly 10 years now, and I've created a very bulletproof program where when people come through it, if they follow it, they get results. But what happens, people are on different paths within their mindset and dedication to why they get results and why they don't get results. So I'll give you an example. We'll get people come in, and what happened, they'll get one of these booklets, and in this booklet, it's dummy proof. It tells people what they need to do and how they need to do it. So, and it says day 1 do this, day 2 do this, day 3 do this. And the people who are the most dedicated will take this, they'll go through it verbatimly, as I asked them to do so. They'll fire back some questions, because every life is slightly different, and then we can alter it towards their lifestyle. And then they'll go off, and they'll just do it. No complaining, no asking, no ifs or buts. And what happens, lo and behold, they're the most dedicated. They end up getting the greatest results, believe it or not. Then what we have is other people who will start, most people start with great intentions, and they'll have very good dedication at the beginning, and they'll follow pretty much everything on the booklet. They'll get great results to begin with. And because weight loss is very simple, it's just doing the things that work repeatedly until you're at your end goal. But what happens, sometimes it can become quite monotonous for a lot of people, and they need change and variety in life, and that variety aspect, which is obviously needed, but can be the thing that's a bit of a killer. And they allow silly little things that get into lifestyle, time of year, events and stuff like that, to let them go off track. And what happens, that dedication level starts to drop dramatically, and then their results start to slow down. But what then happens, people feel like it's not working, but what's happening is not working is that they're changing the routine that was allowing them to work in the first place, and all they need to do was continue. When they get to this point, there's a lot of things that we can do, mainly mindset activities that allow people to get back into that stage, and one of them is known like foundation session, which is a very simple session, but because people have done that session before, encourage them to do it again, but because they've already done it, they feel like they don't need to do it. However, if they do it again, it helps their dedication level go from back here, back up to here again, to get them re-motivated, because it reanalyzes their goals, where they're at, gives them a reflection to show them how far they've come, and if they keep going, they'll be able to change. But what does happen, you have to kind of encourage and drag people to this, because they're allowing everything else in their lifestyle to pull them backwards. And it blows my mind, because when you get a lot of people who are in an unhealthy position and clearly not healthy or happy, they get the results, they relax, and you know they're going to go backwards, and if they don't continue, it will upset them, and obviously they won't get to the point of no return. Then you have the other people, and this could be you, and this is quite a lot of people, they want to change, they want to have a great change, but they try and live the same lifestyle that gets them into an unhealthy position, and just put on top or add on top the things that they need to do to change, i.e. exercise, eat healthily, but they'll still drink as much, and they'll still probably consume unhealthy foods, but I think they're counteracting it, but they're not. They're incorporating both lifestyle, and it never really seems to work. You know, seesawing, you get results, you don't get results, you get results, you don't get results, and then normally it tipples off the wrong way, because for you to fully change, you have to change the lifestyle you live in to a different lifestyle in order for you to change and not to go backwards. It doesn't mean you can't enjoy life, and it doesn't mean you can't enjoy the guilty pleasures of life. You absolutely can do so. There's the 80-20 rule, 8% good, 20% enjoy the guilty pleasures, but too many people try and live both consistently, and it doesn't tend to work. So the way you can, and then there's the last ones who are not honest with themselves. They feel like they're doing everything right, but realistically they're not. They don't allow the things they're doing wrong and to be honest with the things they're doing wrong, and kick themselves and blame programs or diets and stuff like that, because they haven't really fully immersed themselves into it. And I say that because I see it a lot. And when people are honest with themselves, they can highlight where they're going wrong, and then they can start ticking off and try and change them. So things that can help, which will help go from undedicated to be more dedicated, is a few little simple things. The first thing is having a clear destination. If you don't have a clear destination, you don't know where your end goal is. If you're just trying to lose weight, which is great, but if you don't know exactly how much weight you're losing or what size dress you want to get to, then you have no idea when the finished goal is. So you might get to the finished goal, but you won't feel completely satisfied, because when it's losing weight and dress size, you can always be better. You can always be a lower body fat percentage, or you could be always more, have a higher fitness level. But if you know, I want to get to a size 12, that's my aim, then you've got yourself a very clear goal of what you're going to get to. So when you get to a size 12, you can tick off and it releases endorphins and show you that you are winning. The next thing is, how important is it to you? You know, a lot of people want great results, but there's a lot of hard work that goes with it to get great results. And you've got to highlight and understand what the hard results is to be ready and prepared to take on that journey. Because if you understand what it requires, you might think, that's not for me, I'm not that interested. However, you really, really want it, and you can highlight it and you'd be like, I'm interested, I'm going to take on that journey. It makes it far easier. The next one is, I've got to look at my notes, is, you create mini milestones along the way. So let's say, for example, you're size 20 and you want to get yourself to a size 12. If your only goal is to get to a size 12 and you miss the wins along the way, what ends up happening, you end up into a shallow how mindset. And a shallow how mindset doesn't allow you to realize how well you're improving along the way. When you get to a size 12, if you get to a size 12, because you haven't celebrated the wins along the way, you will feel like the person you once were still bigger than you actually are, and you don't really escape that. If you have little mini milestones along the way, it shows you that you're improving, but by having those little wins, you know you're going in the right direction. So with weight loss, you know, you can't speed it up unless you get surgery, and I'm not one of them, and I don't think it's the greatest way. This is the harder way, but it lasts for longer. So you can't speed it up, but you can make it more enjoyable by lots of different things. That's for a different video. So, but by having little mini milestones along the way, it shows you're going in the right direction. And because sometimes it can take quite some time, you're not just looking towards the end goal. You've got many end goals along the way. So it's a very powerful part. The next thing is focusing on the 1%. The 1% is the most important part because it creates contentment. You know, the 1% is the thing that's going to have the greatest advantage long term, rather than trying to get the big leaps and bounds. That's, for example, you can't sprint a marathon. It's just impossible unless you're one of the fastest marathon runners in the world who've done it under 3 hours. Then maybe you can. Oh, you've done it under 2 hours actually. But you try and take a weight loss journey like a marathon. You steady paced and you just keep going all along the way. But with the 1% improvement, you improve in every area. So you don't wake up fit, you don't just wake up healthy, you don't just wake up completely stopping all the unhealthy foods, eating the healthy food. So you improve little things along the way. So for example, it could be, what can you do this week to improve your nutrition wise? And it could be drink less bad fluid and consume healthier fluids like more water, less caffeine, less fizzy drinks and stuff like that. It could be, what else can improve? Right, I'm doing 2 exercise sessions a week, let's try and improve to 3 exercise sessions a week. Or I'm doing 10 minutes worth of exercise and let's do 15 minutes worth of exercise per each session. And next is how to improve your environment. The environment is probably the most important part. The quickest way to change is change your environment. It's a great saying, show me your friends, I'll show you your future. Be around people who are dedicated to you, who want it as much as you, who, a bit like this place where you've got coaches and supports and mentors, always encourage you to do multiple challenge, like every single week, is one of the greatest way. And another thing is, what other areas in your life is probably affecting you? Believe it or not, you know, you've got your finances, your relationships, and your career, your work. I'm not no relationship coach, I'm not no finance coach, but I do understand if these areas are a bit of a burden on your lifestyle, it's hard to really focus on the health because they might be more priority, especially your finance. If you have low finances, the thing that's at the forefront of your mind is, where's the money going to come to be able to eat, you know, pay rent and stuff like that. Your health, ironically, should be first, but it's not first because of this. If you have, you know, work, it's unenjoyable. Everyone has a choice in life. You know, your career should never cost your health. He's about to do some rowing, I think. You ain't doing some rowing, are you, Steve? I'm just taking a video.
Yeah, no, it's just...
Okay. So work, no career should cost you health. You will have a choice. You know, if you're waking up not enjoying your job, it puts a burden on your lifestyle, and it's hard to focus on everything else because you're always in your reptile mind. So, and it's always possible to change. Relationship wise, I'm not going to give any advice on that because I'm not the best one for relationship advice. However, I do understand if those areas are burdened, it affects other areas, and it makes you become less dedicated because you're more dedicated trying to solve the other problems. So within a weight loss journey, it's obviously important to be dedicated. If you're not dedicated, then you're not going to get good results. If you are dedicated, you will get good results. And a weight loss is not hard, it's not complicated, it's very simple. Not easy, but very simple, and you should make it simple. If you don't make it simple, you're obviously overcomplicating it by probably adding things into lifestyle that you shouldn't do so. So that is my take with dedication. It's an important one to do. Little things that you can do consistently, that's going to help you get to that end result. I hope that helps. That's my little nugget for today. Have a great day, and see you soon.